So if you want to learn how to do that impact shake for your flow edits, for example, then keep watching this video because I'm going to explain everything right now. So let's get started. I've already prepared this clip. So to add more impact, we are going to use dissolve shake, and you could probably use, for example, S shake or twitch as well, but dissolve shake is just really nice, to be honest, and it's used a lot nowadays. So that's what we're going to use today as well. So first of all, I'm just going to change the dissolve percent to, you can go between like 30 and 50. I'm going to use 50 for this scene. Gonna keyframe this, press U on your keyboard, and I'm just gonna go maybe over here and put it to 0. Then select both of the keyframes, press F9, and just do a basic graph like probably like this, and that's already fine. Now there is automatically a lot of motion blur on it, and I don't want that, so I'm going to turn that off. As you can see, I'm also gonna do the wrap X and Y, put that on no instead of reflect, because I've already added motion tile myself, and then you would just have more motion tile for no reason. And then I'm going to go to these settings over here. So you have the X settings. Now the X is the stuff from left to right. The Y settings are from top to bottom, and the Z shake is the zoom in and out. So keep that in mind. Usually I put, especially for this shake, because she's coming like from the top to the bottom, I don't want it to go from the left to the right, so I'm going to go to the X shake and put this to 0. Now, let's say you have a clip that is coming from left to right, then you might like to put this a little bit higher, but I don't know. Usually, I don't really like the X shake. I usually go with the Y shake, and I'm going to bump the Y random amplitude to like 900, and then you can do the random frequency a little bit lower, maybe like 0.7. I usually, for the Y shake, like to put it between 0.7 and 1. And for the random amplitude, I like to put it between like 700 and 900. So something I forgot to explain in the video a little that I'm going to do right now is that if you go, for example, to the Y shake, that the amplitude is basically how much it is going up, as you can see. So how far it's going up or how far it's not going up or down, actually, in this case. The frequency is how fast it's going to go from up to bottom. So if you put this super high, it will go super fast. And if you put it a little bit lower, it will go slower. So let's say put this to like 250. It goes like slower. And let's say put it to like 7K. Then it goes very fast. That's basically it. Let's get back to the tutorial. And then these other 3 settings, you can actually leave these as they are right now. You don't really have to do much with them. And then you basically have a good impact shake already. The Z shake is also pretty nice to use, so you can put this also like pretty high, so maybe like 7. And then for this one, I'm gonna put the frequency a little bit below to like 0.5. So again, for the random amplitude for the Z shake, I usually go between like 500 and 800 or something, and then the random frequency between like 0.4 and 0.7, something like that. So just so you guys can know what I usually like to do, but I usually mess around a little bit with these settings to adjust them to different scenes, because a lot of the times the exact same shake looks fine, but sometimes you just want to change it a little. Like I said, sometimes you want to disable the Y shake and go for an X shake or whatever. But yeah, this is actually kind of it, to be honest. And now you have a nice looking shake. Maybe I can change this one up a little, go a little bit higher, maybe 900. Let's see how that will look. Looks fine, honestly, but I might just put this one a little bit lower and this one a bit higher and see how that looks. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. So now you notice a little bit more that it is also zooming in and out, like a bounce. Then you also have the tilt shake, actually. It's kind of like a rotation. See, so this kind of like lets it rotate, as you can see, like that. I personally don't really like that. Sometimes maybe it is cool to have on like 20. And then you have just a little bit of that. That might actually be nice. I'm gonna leave it at that. The one last thing is also you have here the frequency. I just like to keep this on 10, but you could try and put it to like 20. Then it will just go really fast, but I personally think it is better to just leave it at the default. And as you can see over here, it does give you like lots of motion tile like that. You can always hide that with one framers, like I did in this one over here. I added a couple one framers. You could use like actual effects for these, or you can just use exposure like that. A lot of the times people just use exposure, but sometimes these actual effects can look pretty cool. But yeah, I added some one framers over here, and I'll be sure to make a one frame tutorial very soon. So if you watch this tutorial later, you should probably see something at the top right, a link to the one frame tutorial. If not, then you just have to wait a little and stay tuned. But yeah, that's about it. So this is how you can make a cool looking impact shake. It's very easy to do. And be sure to check out my other tutorials, because I make tutorials basically weekly. I'll see you next time. Have a good day, everyone.